The van and Mike have something in common there. They're booted. I was talking about this situation, by the way, with the van with somebody. Since Mike is being extradited to Florida and his van is in Arizona, they're not going to transport his van to Florida with him. So that sucker's going to stay in Arizona when he goes to Florida. Hi, Red. Hi. How are you? Ouch. Hey, what are you attacking me for? So the question is this. What's going to happen to the hoopty? Does anybody know 175 days for, if anybody has like solid information on what happens in a basic impound? It doesn't matter, like just a basic thing. Police impound, okay. At auction, okay. Police impound auctioned off after not so long. And now, when it's impounded, does the person who owns it, do they have to pay an impound fee? They have to pay an impound. Oh, Jesus. So, okay. So I'm pretty much, I mean, it would take a miracle for that van to be driven again. Let's put it that way. Oh, you work for a tow company? Okay. Longer it sits, the bigger fees. The cops will go through it. Not paid, auctioned. Okay. Wow. Poor van. Let me tell you what I've been doing the past couple days. I said in my live a couple nights ago that I was going to spend time yesterday doing all the things, which I did. I did lots of things yesterday on my computer. One of the things that I did is I reached out to a number of how can I say it? Various levels of the criminal justice system here in the United States. All over the country. In different areas where I'm doing some research. I reached out to the district attorney in Gainesville. And Alachua is part of Gainesville, in that county. Because I said that I was going to get an address, an email address, or a mailbox address of somebody that people on TikTok can send a letter to. Almost like impact statements. Now, obviously, what he has been arrested for in the warrant has everything to do with Swamp Collectibles. Everything to do with that. And, based on what we've seen with the video, all that stuff, depending on if you like Florida Man or not, it's either a slam dunk case or he should be judged by a group of his peers. Yeah, well, whatever. So I reached out to the office yesterday, and I spoke with, I'm assuming it was his executive secretary. And I told her a little bit of what was going on. And she said, okay, I'm going to send you over to this voicemail. So I got sent over there. She told me who the person was. If I'm not mistaken, and don't quote me on this, I have her name. I'm not sure what her title is, but I think she is an assistant attorney general. I'm not sure, but she's one of the people that's in the know of this case, and left a message. And she called me back this morning, and I had a long talk with her. I'm not going to talk about what I've said, but I gave her some background and some information, and she said, okay, I'm putting this in an email right now, and I'm going to send it to the Attorney General, and I'm going to have him call you. So what my hope is this. Now, she said that she thinks he's in court today. So I'm not expecting a call today. But my hope is that he is open to receiving letters, impact statements of Mike's victims on TikTok, especially since the warrant was issued last July. So my suggestion to everybody that hears this, whether you're in here or out there, put together a letter now. Put down all your thoughts about Mike, things he's done, add some screenshots. I want to ask him if it's okay to send video clips, but I also can imagine he doesn't want to be inundated with all that stuff, because there'd be thousands sent, and he's got to focus on the case at hand. But I'm hoping that enough of us give them a picture of what Mike is like and has been like. One thing I do want to find, and I don't care how long it takes me, I want to find those audio clips of when he boasted about how his attorney, which I don't even know if he ever had an attorney, but his attorney always pled down his cases. Always pled them down. He never had to serve, what his charges were. He always got out of them. And then the real nail in the coffin will be the one where he admitted that he lied to a judge in order to get one of the charges dropped. Why is Snark going to call to see if Florida picked him up? All she's got to do is go to the website in Maricopa County and find that he's still there. I could save you some time there, Angry Bird. He's still in Arizona as of this morning. Hey, Florida man's prison honey bun. So everything that I have done speaking with these people is absolutely legal. You have the right to call anybody that you want in this country. The difference is between a lot of you filthy animals on this app, I didn't lie about why I'm calling. I'm going to give them the proof and the truth about what Michael has done on here. And You know, he has admitted many times that he's been able to get through all this stuff without being held accountable. And, you know, I'm sure the charges alone are enough of an accountability thing for him where he's going to be spending time. You know, for those of you morons that think he's getting out, you need to get another cup of coffee because it ain't going to happen. Where is he going to go? I mean, if they give him an ankle bracelet, where is he going to go? Hey, but at least he and FWA can twin now. If that happens. Where is he going to go? He doesn't have an address. If he had family, he would have been staying with him, I would imagine. So you think that they're going to let out a career criminal with a bond of $315,000? It is possible, especially with this album release. I mean, he could ultimately get a bunch of suckers of his to, you know, raise the $31,500, whatever it is. It could happen. But so where's he going to go? Can't live in his van. Doesn't have a place to live. Doesn't have family. He would have to stay in Florida because he wouldn't be able to leave the state. And you really think an ankle bracelet would keep him from running? You really think that? So, don't think it's going to happen. But, you know, you make bad decisions in life, eventually it will come back to haunt you. Absolutely. So, word to the wise of the kids out there, don't do drugs. And don't break the law. Coffee time. Okay. Let me check my folder. Hold on. I know you want it. Let me check here. I know you want it. Do 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 do. Okay, hold on. Do 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 do. Because you're the hottest bitch in this place. Ah, okay. The person that put that in, admin, if you can answer this question back there, because I don't want you to put it in the chat. Are you talking about files? Okay. Yeah. Well, you know, this is the thing, you know, to the person who just put that in there. Okay. Okay, I'll let the AG know. I'll let the AG know about that. Okay. Thank you. Is that what you're hinting towards? That I should do that? Okay, I will. Thank you. Okay, so we covered that. We covered that. We covered the other thing. For those of you that do not know, Jen does have bronchial pneumonia. Verified. Listen, you know what? I'm gonna put this out there. From the clips that I've gotten over the past couple months, and I've seen her lives and all that, she has had a freaking bronchial cold for what seems like the entire winter so far. I think maybe at this point a stronger antibiotic might be necessary. Just saying. What account is she on? That pneumonia sentimeter? Well, listen, pneumonia is nothing to shake a stick at. I'm going to tell you that right now. Accountability, okay. Nothing to shake a stick at right now. Accountability, okay. Hey, Snarky. How you doing, baby? Nothing to shake a stick at right now.
You fat fucking bitch.
Oh, somebody seems a little mad. Is it because he sent you money, Snark? Is that why you're upset?
Bitch.
Is that what it is? Oh, name calling.
Is it because he sent you money, Snark? Hold on. Hold on.
Is that why you're so mad? Is that why you're so mad? I have a feeling she's going to post something she really shouldn't, so let's see this here. Oh, what's the matter, Snarky Poo?
No, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want.
Oh, good. Do it, Snark. Do it.
What's the matter, Snarky Poo? Ain't nothing wrong with me.
No, listen, I'm going to say, you say there's nothing wrong with you. I think there's hundreds of people on this app that might not agree with that. Do it, Snark. Put my stuff out there. I know you're going to do it. You said you were. Yeah, the black screen is really exciting. Let me put this up here. Oh, she's humming. She does that when she thinks she's doing something really clever. Yeah, the black screen is really exciting. Let me put this up here. Oh, she's humming.
Amy, just be patient.
I turned her down. She's not even worth it. I'll wait to see what she does here. As I said, you know, the good thing is that all these people that are threatening to do these things, we all know where she lives. I know where they all live. I have their addresses. And I will absolutely give out the same energy that they give out. I won't do anything shitty. You know, I won't call DCF on her. I won't call her kids or her, I don't even know if she has brothers or sisters. I won't do that shit. But it'll be tit for tat. Absolutely. Well, I don't even know. She's boring me already. I wanted to show you, I wanted to show you some screenshots I got. And this was a little over a month ago. I got these and I wasn't going to really discuss it, really do anything about it. But then, there were some things that keep coming up. As I talked about a couple nights ago, I saw some, videos that Texas Tiff had made. And, I've already talked about, in order to get a cease and desist, you have to do stuff that is, pretty egregious and put out false information. Do stuff like that. And it has to be something where you are in fear for yourself in some way, shape, or form. Of which of that I've never done to her. As I've always said, I don't like to bring this stuff to TikTok, to social media. When you have a falling out with somebody, I have not been the first one out of any of the friendships that I've had that have fallen apart. I have not been the first one to do it because I just don't think that this is the place for it. And, regardless, at one time I liked these people and I had respect for them. And I still, to some extent, do have respect for these people, which is why I haven't done, I haven't done anything sketchy or shitty or, the things that I've based on what I said is stuff that has been said or posted. So was I surprised? Was I surprised when I got these screenshots of what Tiff was saying in a live? No, I can't say that I was. But I just want to show you the things that she said. Now, we all know, we all remember, about a month ago, I made that post about Jen, unbeknownst to me, with the screenshot that I received, that there was a picture in a box of a child. It wasn't my focus, it was what Jen had said. And generally, I could really care less who's in a box when I'm focusing on what's in the chat. So it came to my attention what the situation with the child was. I took the video down and I reposted it without the picture in there. I went ahead and I sent an apology to the person. That wasn't good enough. I was called into boxes. One time in particular, I remember my son and I were watching football and I was called into a box. I'm like, nope, sorry, it's family time. I don't do that. So this was that live, okay, that these screenshots came out of. And this is from Tiff. First thing she said, she's in here. She says that to avoid accountability. I said what I said. So is she referring to I said that I was watching a football game with my son and she said that she was lying? I'm lying about it? Really? It's what she wants on her terms, though. Otherwise, she will talk shit and toss slander. Tiff, I'd like you to tell me who I've slandered. Because there's been a lot of stuff that you've said about your time over here. And I still have yet to get any answer back as to what happened over here. So I'd like to know the toss slander, and I know you like making these videos and all that, which is awesome. So, why don't you go ahead and do that? Because there's more questions I have. Jesus, Scammy, how can you not see you're causing harm now? Have respect for the mother and own it. I did own it. I didn't go in a box because I was busy. I'm just saying, as I'm accused by Scammy Claus of making it all about me. Okay, let's cover this one first. And remember, I'm talking about facts here, folks. And everybody in here has been a part of hearing this stuff firsthand. Tiff, when you came up in a box, especially the last couple months you were there, I always had to think about whether to bring you up, because I was usually talking about something, we were focusing in on something, and I'd see your request and I'd say, okay, is this going to derail what's going on? And usually it did. Because it didn't matter what we were talking about in the live, somehow you absolutely did make it about yourself. I could talk about how I was making chicken for dinner. Something like that. I could throw that out there. You know, so I could be talking about somebody, and somebody in the chat says, Scammy, what are you making for dinner? I'd say, oh, I'm making chicken. And then all of a sudden, boop, box would light up, and I'd see Tiff. And I'd be like, okay. Okay, I'll bring her up. And I'd bring her up, and she'd say, hi, I just wanted to let you know that, you know, I'm making chicken too. And, you know, when I made this chicken, you know, you guys all know my ex, Daniel, and, you know, Daniel really liked this chicken. And then all of a sudden it would go into about her. And that's how it was all about you, Tiff. That's exactly what it was like. So listen, you know, all this stuff here, Tiff, you want to put out the energy, I'm going to put it back. I'm going to put it back out on you. So yes, you did constantly make it about yourself. And it was not only in my lives. And yeah, by the way, her book is on sale, guys. This one, when it was brought to my attention, I almost wet my pants. Yes, and I'm trying to get to a healthy healing place since walking from toxicity. So let's get this straight. She keeps saying that my lives were toxic. I still have yet to hear about what was toxic about it, because I still haven't gotten an answer for that. So that's another thing you can give me an answer about, Tiff. What was so toxic about it? Because, you know, you were here for over a year and a half. And not to mention, you say this life was toxic, right? But yet you went over to the most toxic waste dump on TikTok. Think about that. She went from this toxic place, according to her, to FM's lives, to spilled lives, to other lives, where that's all it was. So tell me again, You walked away to be away from toxicity, yet you walked in to a virtual toxic waste dump. By choice too, by choice. I acknowledge that while with her, I did behave in ways I normally would not. So now I control your behavior, huh, Tiff? So you're saying that you did not behave in ways you normally would for over a year and a half. Wow. I've got some type of power over God. The fools are corrupt. They do abominable deeds. There is none good of them. Prayers for the fool. I love how Christians use the Bible as a means to try and hurt people. Which, again, listen, everybody who follows me knows I am not religious. You know, I have doubts about a lot of things in religion. I can tell you that it has been a battle in me because I was raised Roman Catholic, and I didn't like a lot of what was going on in the churches. I remember as I got older, the whole idea of marriage when it came up, we knew it wasn't something that we could do in a Catholic church. We knew how back then the Catholic Church felt about same-sex relationships, which was hurtful also because when I do go to church and I sit in a church, I do feel something. I remember soon after my mom was diagnosed with cancer, I was going on a trip down to New York to go see the tree at 30 Rock, and we went to St. Patrick's Cathedral, and it was at night, and all the candles were lit, and there was music going on, and I went and lit a candle for my mom at that area, and I was sitting in the church in one of the pews, and it was decorated for the holidays, and it was just so beautiful. I had a feeling sitting in there, and the feeling was disappointment. It was that I just didn't feel like I could be a part of it, or I didn't feel like I was wanted in there, just because of everything I knew. And it was an emotional experience. So, there's things I do feel in me, but, there's other ways that I feel about it too. But one of the things that I could never understand is when there's people that use the Bible in a negative way and want to claim that they're Christians or have some type of behavior that has been shown that is not very Christian-like at all, but then wants to quote Bible verses, I've never liked people like that, you claim to be a Christian as you are, and there's certain things that, for me, when people claim to be Christians is you follow those all the time. It's not just when it's convenient for you. But then again, a lot of these Christians, when they do things that are not very Christian-like, what do they say? Oh, well, I'm a sinner. We're all sinners. That's why Jesus died on the cross for us. So it's like you always have that get out of sin free card. You can do, some people, you can do some really horrible things, but then take your Jesus died on the cross for us out, and you can wash off what you just did. Exactly, Bama. And I have no problem with people that are religious. There's a lot of people in that follow me that are religious. I have no problem with it, and they don't have problems from what I can see of what my feelings are. But when you use the Bible in a retaliatory way, it just makes me think. The fools are corrupt. They do abominable deeds. There is none good of them. Very interesting. Very interesting. Right. I understand. Yep. I understand. And one of the things that I've always tried to live by is the whole do unto others. When somebody fires the first shot, I'm going to give it back to them. Exactly, Lulu. I agree with that. I think more people need to think about the do unto others, Because if you don't fire that first shot, then nothing continues. Nothing starts. Yeah, you're right. So, some of Jesus' closest people were those who were looked down. I agree with that. So, religion has always, it's confused me, it's intrigued me, it's done all those things. But, like somebody said in here, everybody has their own relationship with whoever, whatever they feel closest to. And, I don't think you ever need to explain what your relationship is with whatever. But I also don't think that you should ever use whoever that person is as a weapon. That's what I think. Just saying. And that's your religious education for the day, folks. Amen. So that's about all I wanted to discuss today. Does anybody have any questions, comments? There might be a country album coming out. I know that Mike liked to dabble in different genres. There might be. There might be. We'll have to see. You have a feeling? Yeah, there could very well be. You got the music videos? Awesome. If you want me to send you a clearer screenshot of that, I can. Good. We're going to get some music videos now. Whoop. Because, hey, some of us are visual learners. So, listen. The only thing you can control on this app is what your actions are. Period. We are responsible for our actions on here. If people decide to make videos and continue to do that, then those are the actions that they've chosen to do. And with every action, there's a reaction. And that's pretty much all you can do about it. And I will continue to do what I've been doing behind the scenes with some of these situations. I wish those days where, you could just make a video and say, shit, Snark, get some detangler for that mop. You wish that you could just have videos like that. But unfortunately, we've gone way, some people have gone way above and beyond that. But, all you got to do is get the proof and just move on. And you want a bumpy ride? I'll give you a bumpy ride. So, I am logging off. I got some stuff. I got all the things to do around here today. And I want to get that done. Shout out to 2 people that signed up for my monthly subscription, Bilal and Aboud. Thanks, gentlemen. I appreciate that. I appreciate your support. And I'll be putting more information about the subscriptions soon. I have Heather, Freshie Heather. Are you still in here? I don't know if Heather's still. You're in Buffalo Wild. Well, so when do you think your Freshie business will be up and running? Early spring. Awesome. So, guys, Heather G17 will be starting her small business very soon. We're going to get together and, she's going to let me know what's going on with that. And I will absolutely be hyping that. I'm going to do a special thing when she opens up her store where for like the first, I don't know, we'll figure it out, first amount of time, first couple of days, first 24 hours, whatever, everybody that orders a Freshie, and I don't even know how much she's going to be charging for it, but I will pay $5 for each Freshie that's bought, so the person that's buying will save $5 on it to get this business up and running well. I could tell you I've known Heather for a long time, and I absolutely trust her with information. You have nothing to worry about with her. And, she is besties with Sarah, and I know if Heather does anything wrong, Sarah will kick her ass. So there's that. So we'll get that, I look forward to her getting that up and running. When we get more information out, Heather will, come here and she'll show us some of her wonderful items. And I wish you, Heather, all the luck with it. And I am here to support you 174%. How's that? So, everybody have a wonderful afternoon and evening. Today's what, Thursday? Okay. maybe tomorrow will be game day. I have some good games that we got over Christmas. Let's do that tomorrow. Like 11 o'clock, we'll just have a game day. No talk of anything else. Just to clear your mind, purge it for the weekend, and we'll have a good time. So I will see you guys tomorrow, 11 o'clock. Have a good one. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, mods, for doing your thing. Farrell, thank you. I'm guessing you fell asleep in a box, maybe. Thank you, all the mods. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. Appreciate it. Snark, have yourself a wonderful afternoon and evening. Everybody have a good one. Take care.
Visit betterhelp.com/pressplay for 10% off.
Some boys like heels and short skirts, rooftop girls and $20 drinks. Some boys want 'em pretty as a picture hanging on the